Good afternoon, students. How are you? Take care of your health, be happy, and try to concentrate on your academic activities. I repeat again. I wish to discuss today mainly the philosophy of the Constitution of India. Philosophy means the social objectives and social ideals of our Indian Constitution. You all know about the existence of a preamble, which is an important part of the Indian Constitution, and the preamble in a nutshell speaks everything about the Indian Constitution. It has spoken about the sources from which the Constitution derives its authority. But we are primarily now discussing the second part, that it also states the objects which the Constitution seeks to establish and promote. Now, in order to understand the objects of the Indian Constitution, we must repeat what is primarily written in the preamble of the Constitution. And I read it from a book, and I have given you the reference of that book, the Indian Constitution, written by Durga Das Bose. It is actually, Durga Das Bose actually is an authority on the Indian Constitution. The preamble begins this way. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure to all citizens justice, social, economic, and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt and give to ourselves this Constitution. The last line, give to ourselves this Constitution. If you see minutely, you will find that the people actually are the authority of the Indian Constitution. The Constituent Assembly actually enacted the Constitution following and consulting several other constitutions, but it is the people who is the authority of our Indian Constitution. And the importance and the ideals and utility of the Indian Constitution as written in the preamble has been pointed out by several decisions of our Supreme Court. The preamble to a constitution actually states the objects which the constitutions seek to establish and promote also aids the legal interpretation of the Constitution where the language is found to be ambiguous. Anyway, to discuss the social objects of the Indian Constitution, we have already read the preamble of the Constitution, and in the preamble of the Constitution, it has been written, we the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign socialist, secular, democratic republic. Now, why it is a sovereign country? Because the power to run the country is in the hands of the people. People are actually sovereign, and it is free from the control of other foreign powers. So India is a sovereign country. It has a government of its own, and it is free from the control of foreign nations. Socialist. Socialist means it wants to promote the equality amongst all, and also it wants to promote fraternity among the, and also the dignity, which will, fraternity definitely will assure the dignity. Now, why secular? Because people have faith in different religions in our country. As you know, our country is not a homogeneous communities. It is composed of several groups belonging to different races, belonging to different castes, belonging to different religions. But India is a secular country in which every individual is free to worship its own deities or worships its own God without hurting the sentiments of other religions. And democracy, you know, we have parliamentary democracy, we have bicameral parliament, upper house and lower house, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. We are not going into details to discuss about it, but representatives to the parliament and to the state assemblies are elected by the people itself. And this preamble also says about securing justice to all its citizens. Justice, social, economic and political. When you use the word justice, justice actually means the law, the rule of law. That means the law is applicable to all kinds of citizens. All kinds means belonging to different religions or caste, creed, etc., etc. That the same law would be applied to all sections of the society, irrespective of its belongingness to a particular community, and the same rule of law will prevail on the people. So this is one of the social ideals and social objectives of the Indian Constitution. Liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship. I have talked about faith and belief, faith and worship, and you know, mere beliefs will not constitute religion. It is the rituals and rites which makes religion a living force. So every person has his own liberty to worship in his or her own way. And liberty of thought, expression and belief. This has been guaranteed by our freedom of expression. This is a fundamental right, the freedom, right to freedom. And this clearly indicates that every person has a right, a liberty to express his thought and beliefs. But we must remember at the same time that there are checks and balances. You have no absolute freedom. Freedom, you are not given that kind of liberty by which you can harm other people. Then equality of status and of opportunity and to promote among them all. Now what is equality? Equality means all are to be treated equally. All rule of law will apply to everybody. But the Article 14, you have studied the Article 14 as a fundamental right, but in that you will find that there may be equality, but there cannot be equality among the unequals. Unequals means economically less privilege, socially less privilege, or there are some still untouchable peoples, so-called untouchable peoples, who are deprived of the social and economic benefits. So they are given special treatment like scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. Another important factor, fraternity, assuring dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. There will be fraternity. That means all people are like brothers and sisters. They must not indulge in antisocial and anti-national activities, so that the state people as a whole can emerge as a nation. So the some underprivileged section of the people are given definitely some reservations, but that is to bring them at par of the mainstream of the national population. Now I have already told you why it is called republic. We forgot to talk about the democratic republic. It is republic because um, we have it means that it's a government. Republic means it's a government by the people and for the people. It is a government of the people and for the people. We have an elected president also as the head of the state, and all office, including that of the president, will be open to all citizens. So India is a democratic republic. Then another social objectives of the Indian Constitution is to maintain and promote international peace and security, maintain just and honorable relations between nations. These are all included in the for the promotion of world peace in the Article 30, not 31, Article 51 of the Constitution.